The following is a Dave Brog production, an 8mm composite mission, the first practice tactics conference, and a finally with the 44th TFS group picture. Produced, directed, and starring Dave Brog. Technical support and Samlar racing stunts by Stan Goldstein, who will now try, using his iPhone, provide for you the following for your entertainment.
Now we're into some Southeast Asia filming, in which this is a 105 from the 44th TAC Fighter Squadron that is hooking up en route to a mission for refueling on a KC-135 tanker. The Wild Weasel 105 is hooking up. Now what we have here was the first practice River Rats reunion at Korat Air Base, Thailand in 1968 in June. And what we have going on here are the Samlar races. The Samlars were the Thai versions of rickshaws, but they were sophisticated enough to put them on bicycles. And poor Stan Goldstein dumped his over and had to get started all over again. The accident occurred right in front of the club. And this was the Phantom 105 that never showed up. That's the hoosh. The living quarters for the hero of this piece. And there is the designation for the squadron, one of the squadron trucks in front of the hoosh, which was within crawling distance of the officers' club. There's one of the F-105Fs being checked out prior to mission departure. There's an F-105 Weasel crew getting strapped in by the crew chiefs. What I did was make a composite of various pictures that I took during my time at Korat in order to show a simulated mission. Now this is the view from the cockpit of the 105 as it taxied out of the revetment. And there is another 105 getting ready to go on a mission. Taxiing across the ramp, the takeoff position. There's the 105 loaded with two 750-pound bombs on the center line and strikes on the outboard wing stations to a couple of 400-gallon fuel tanks on the inboard station. Those are the revetments where the F-105s stay when they're not on mission. There's a 105B that was up in the Army area prior to going on a mission. That's the single seat. Now we're at the arming area in which the ground crews are pulling the pins, making sure that the airplane's ready to go. On the right outboard station is an ECM pod. And there is the flying speed brake that's been taxiing down the runway. Now we have the 105 Weasel ready for takeoff and on a takeoff roll. In the summertime, these things rolled and rolled and rolled. There he goes, airborne, on his way. Warm up prior to hitting the tanker. After takeoff, there's our wingman right to left, that this airplane is carrying two 750-pound bombs and strike on the outboard. Pull up, run an inspection of each other, and go on to the tanker. There he is. Now this is the pre-strike refueling before we go on into North Vietnam. Crossing out of Thailand, ahead is the Mekong River. We'll be passing into Laos at about 15,000 feet. That's what the tanker looks like when you're refueling. When you're in the airplane being refueled. That's the Mekong River. Looks like the coast of North Vietnam. And there are some targets down there. Now that airplane doesn't have two 750s on the center line. It's part of the tapes that are spliced together. That's a 600-gallon fuel tank. We were on a B-52
This is Jefferson Airplane 302.
Now we're looking over some target areas. That could be the Ho Chi Minh Trail down there, and a lot of those white spots on the ground are bomb craters that we've gone after targets. And this is one in which we're looking down on a thing called the Sand Pile, which is an area that was part of the Ho Chi Minh Trail. We did a lot of bombing in those areas. Those are some of the mountains in North Vietnam. Now it looks like, if I remember, we were going down the slide on this one. That was a target area. We released about this point and started the pull-up. We're coming back out over the coast of North Vietnam. Back inside looking to see what damage we may have done. Those are bomb craters, part of the Ho Chi Minh Trail. We're doing a lot of maneuvering to avoid the sands. Now we're on our way back. As I told you, take note of the aircraft with just performing a safety roll. He's got an empty center line. He got rid of his two 750-pound bombs, and he's coming in to get gas to go home. Now we're in the landing pattern coming in over Korat, Thailand, after having survived another mission. And we're now taxiing into the de-arming area. All those pins on the racks belong to specific airplanes. They come in, make sure that the bombs, or not the bombs, but the missiles are de-armed. Pins are in the landing gear so that the airplane doesn't collapse, and we're now taxiing back toward the revetments in order to park, get out, and relax for another day. Those are the revetments where we park the airplanes. These are the Weasels, the F-models that you see. We've just landed, doing a post-flight check of the maintenance people on the airplane. Now we have the 44th TAC Fighter Squadron forming up. Get us picture taken. There in the middle is Stan Goldstein. In the middle go now to his left is Jay Mitchell. There's the sign for the squadron. And one of our Weasel trucks. And coming out of the truck is Gary Checkett. Most of these people I've lost contact, not most of them, but a few of them I've lost contact with. Now that's the flag of the 44th, and on there are 6 flags with red stars which represent MiGs of the 105s of the squadron killed. The man to the left was Frank Bailey, the squadron chaplain. That's Tom Shepard, just passed by in his jungle hat. He was the guy that was the pilot. And there's the hero of the piece, coming out of the squadron. Tom Shepard was the pilot on the aircraft